Howdy team, hope you are all well. If you're listening to the press and the news, then it's all doom and gloom out there right now. And the world's going to end and we're going into the biggest recession that we have ever seen. And if you didn't see it coming, then how silly must you be? Did you see this coming? Did you think that everything was going to be rosy? Let's be honest, 6 months ago, yesterday, the COVID corona environment hit us. Well, of course, the economic downturn is going to happen as a result of that. It's like inevitable. But the data that's being shown is 2, 3, 4 months old. June, I think, is where it's realistically at. We're now in August. We're now coming out of lockdown. And I think there's some vital things that you can focus on in order to make sure that you continue to still get good results within your business. So let me know what you think. Are you concerned about the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Do you think that it's all doom and gloom out there? Or are you feeling positive? Because I've seen a few of my mentors, actually no, that's wrong. I've seen some of my mentors being from a scarcity mindset and others being from an abundance mindset. And what that means is some of them are fearful. They're telling you to button down the hatches and you need to make sure that you're buckled up and ready for the ride and the journey and all this. And then the other ones, it's like, where's the opportunity? Where's the chances? Where's the reasons and ability to do things differently? You continue to do what you've always done, you'll continue to get the same result. And there's two different schools of thought here right now, in the sense of, I think from a property perspective, exactly as Michelle says, that prices keep going up. There has been an increase in the property market. If you go back to the credit crunch in 2008, we felt it realistically in 2009. It's always 6 months after the economy crashes. But it was a whole different landscape. The reasons for it happening are completely different to why it's happening now. And there's things that are being brought into the economy, like eat out to help out. My wife and I went out for dinner last night. Everywhere was packed. Every table was full and people were still coming in at 9 o'clock at night. Now, yes, on one hand, spending may be down in restaurants and bars and clubs. It's expected. They were shut for several months. But on the other hand, maybe spending in B&Q, MFI, home improvement, garden improvement has all gone up. So I think there's definitely going to be some bumpy roads ahead, in the sense of furlough, people getting made redundant, businesses changing the way in which they do business. I've got rid of my office after the first time in since 2009, and I've had that built in the garden, which is big enough for me. It's a media studio, but we're going to have a meeting table in there where I can get 2 or 3, possibly 4 people around it. Just depends once I get in the next couple of weeks. So there's going to be savings that businesses are making on one hand in relation to now people can work from home. There's more freedom, flexibility, autonomy. People are taking furlough at the moment and are probably realising that actually they don't want to return to the jobs that they're currently in. I think there's going to be some mindset issues for people, in the sense that they've had this lazy life, shall we say, getting paid, and now they've got the reality of going back into work. So it's going to be double-sided coin, from both employers getting rid of people, but also people going back to work a bit meh. And I think in everything, much like the beginning of this COVID and Corona opportunity, I had planned at the beginning around about 19 events to run live this year for the mortgage and financial services industry. And I had to completely pivot and change. And I did that over the space of a week. From the 17th of March through till the 26th of March. Completely changed the way in which the pro-business model worked. We changed the way in which Active has worked as a result of the last 6 months experience. I've changed the business model that we're going to be running in the future. More inclined to look at an employed role now rather than self-employed, which was not on the cards at all, but it's identified, as I've spoken about in other videos, issues within the business that can only be overcome by tweaking the business model. So my advice and my thought process and where I'm coming from is the same as what I did 6 months ago. It's the same as what I've tended to always do in these times. Ignore the naysayers, ignore the media, ignore the doom and gloom on social media, because uneducated people make uneducated guesses, and they're the ones who cause the most amount of fear. The media are constantly trying to control our thoughts, our future, and our goals and our outcomes. So ignore that shit. I haven't read the papers or watched the news in years, and I have no intention of doing it anymore. Focus on the areas that you can control. Marketing, making sure that you continue to keep putting yourself out there. If mortgages do get even harder and fall off a cliff, then it's even more reason to be maximising every opportunity, from life insurance, critical illness, income protection, health insurance, wills, pension referrals, investment opportunities, and making sure that you're maximising every lead. It's not about the volume of mortgages that you write. It's about the proper job that you do for your clients. It's about making sure that you get referrals and recommendations and testimonials. It's continuing to market your business. It's making sure that you have the right people in the right seats. You know, there's a fear, well, there's, on one hand, yes, you want to get rid of all the unnecessary expenses that you really don't need in your business to make sure that you are lean, but also make sure that you do have the right support in your business. Have you got a PA? Have you got an administrator? You know, one and the same thing. Have you got somebody who can support you in the journey that you're embarking on, and make sure that you are focusing on your superpowers and the most important things that you need to do every single day? And you need to make sure that in having the right people in the right seats, you're hitting your sales opportunities, you're getting the right business models to support you. Don't need to go for any major increases in expenses, costing yourself, you know, valuable budget. Have a little bit of reserve, start saving some money and putting it away just in case, but also focus on those things that you can control. Clients, existing clients, contact them much like you did at the beginning of COVID and Corona, and just make sure that you're keeping that abundance mindset. And this is why I feel it's vital to be around other like-minded individuals. You know, whether it's in a Facebook group, whether it's in a WhatsApp group, whether it's part of a business mastermind, constant Zoom coaching calls, wherever you can keep yourself tip-top shit hot, because that's what's going to make sure that wherever you're feeling an element of negativity, wherever you're starting to go down that slippery slope, you need to have the support and guidance and help to kick yourself out of it, to have a bad day one day but bounce back the next, to make sure that you are not dropping the ball and, to an element of degree, getting lazy on the leads and the relationships that you do get into the business. And anyone that is spouting doom and gloom, negativity, just sack them off, unfollow them. It's not worth it. If someone starts to try and strike up a conversation that goes down a negative tangent, just say, look, I'm not allowing this BS into my life. I'm not following the thoughts and the fears that everybody is trying to, spout around. I'm focusing on the things that I can control. You should focus on the things that you can control and make shit happen. It isn't going to happen for you. You control your own reality, and you control the outcome and the destination that you get to. You can have a scarcity mindset, or you can have an abundance mindset. And it's about being around the right people to keep that on top of your game. So I hope that helps. I'd love to know what your thoughts and feedback are on this one. Are you going to become an ostrich and stick your head in the stand and just, do what you've always done? Or are you going to be ignoring the naysayers and staying in a positive mindset, surrounding yourself with the right people and looking for the opportunities? Because there's always opportunity. That's the big thing to focus on. It's about looking for it. Luck is labour under correct knowledge. So are you going to be lucky, and are you going to put yourself in the right places to be lucky and surround yourself with the right people to be lucky? I think the mortgage market is going to be buoyant for at least another 3-6 months. Certainly with the stamp duty ruling, it's going to be busy until March. I think there's a great opportunity to help customers and clients save money, improve their protection circumstances, safeguard the future of their family. And I think if you do the right things consistently, you'll continue to fly through this environment rather than being fearful and shying away. Be lean, be strong, focus on the things that you can control, and be pro. Have a fantastic day. Remember, now's the time to become pro.